Welcome into this explainer. Today, we're popping the hood and taking a really close look at the engine of modern digital visibility. If you've been pouring hours and hours into standard SEO, tweaking keywords, and wondering why ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude still have absolutely no idea who you are, well, you're in the exact right place. We aren't just going to talk about abstract theory today. We are tearing down a masterclass in digital architecture to see exactly how it works and how you can get an AI to actually notice your work. Here's our quick blueprint for today. We're going to look at the GEO era, meet our test case, check out the AI welcome mat, dive into machine-structured data, see how entity authority is built, and finally, look at the cumulative effect of all of this. So let's kick things off with a pretty simple but honestly profound question. When you ask an AI assistant like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or Perplexity something like, hey, who are the top futurists? Or who should I book for a keynote on the future of work? How does the AI actually choose who to recommend out of, thousands of options? Well, to figure that out, we have to grasp one massive fundamental shift. Bots do not browse the web like you and I do. They literally couldn't care less about your expensive rebranding. They don't care about your clever scrolling effects, your beautiful color palette, or those high-res professionally retouched headshots. They just want the data. It's literally a tale of two internets right now. Traditional Google search, it relies on scanning visual web pages, reading the prose, and evaluating inbound links to figure out what a page is about. But AI generative search is a whole different beast. It draws on structured data it has already indexed. It's hunting for machine readability. It scans clean Markdown files. And if you don't know what Markdown is, it's basically just text stripped down to its absolute bare bones, with zero complex formatting code getting in the way. We have to keep this contrast in mind constantly, because it proves exactly why the old way of doing SEO just doesn't cut it anymore, if you want an AI to confidently cite you. All right, Section 1. Welcome to the GEO era. Let's lay down the new rules of the game. This right here is the core concept of our whole explainer, Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO. It's the discipline of configuring a website so AI systems can find it, read it, understand it, and, here's the absolute kicker, confidently cite it. You see, confidence is everything to an AI. When an AI isn't sure about something, that's when it starts to hallucinate or just spit out generic fluff. GEO is all about erasing that doubt. It's the AI era version of SEO. But instead of trying to rank on a crowded search results page, you're spoon-feeding the machine such incredibly clear, verified info that it's practically forced to use you as the definitive, undeniable answer. Which brings us to Section 2, Meet the Test Case. Because we're not just going to talk high-level theory here, we're going to carefully unpack a highly optimized digital stack. So meet Jim Carroll. He's a Canadian futurist up in Guelph, Ontario. The guy has delivered over 2,000 customized keynotes to literally millions of people worldwide. His client list is massive. We're talking Disney, NASA, IBM, Pfizer, and he's been profiled in the Wall Street Journal and Forbes. It's an amazing resume for sure. But here's the catch. There are millions of experts out there with great resumes who are just completely invisible to AI. The secret sauce here is that Jim systematically translated all those human achievements into a language that machines can perfectly digest. His entire website is engineered to feed these facts straight into AI knowledge bases. Let's look at exactly how he pulls this off. Moving right into Section 3, we're going to start with the simplest yet most effective layer. We like to call it the AI welcome mat. Instead of making bots guess or infer things by digging through complex, messy HTML code, Jim's site offers an arsenal of incredibly clean, plain text data feeds right at the root directory. Look at these specific files. He's got an LMS full.txt file, which is just his complete professional bio. He has clients.md, a structured list of his clients. Now, you might be wondering, why use .txt and .md files? Because honestly, HTML is messy. It's full of design code that the bot has to chew through. Plain text is like handing the AI a perfectly prepared meal. Telling an AI you spoke at NASA using plain text is a massive credibility signal. He even has an FAQ.md file that perfectly maps to how real human beings actually ask questions to AI assistants. And that brilliantly illustrates the sheer power of the LLMS.txt file. Think of it as a dedicated table of contents built exclusively for artificial intelligence. By putting this right at the front door, it acts as a literal welcome mat. While humans love a flashy, highly visual website entrance, AI, it just wants the raw data map.
This file makes sure the bots bypass all the visual fluff, the layouts, the fonts, the pop-ups, and navigate straight to the authoritative, structured facts. But hey, you actually have to let them in first, right? Even his standard robots.txt file has been updated to explicitly grant access to AI crawlers like GPT-Bot, Claude-Bot, and Google Extended. Think of the robots.txt file like a bouncer at a VIP club. A lot of websites are accidentally turning these new AI bots away at the door because their rules haven't been updated. Jim handed his bouncer a VIP list with GPT-Bot and Claude-Bot right at the very top. It removes all ambiguity. It screams, "Come on in, we want you to index us." All right, section 4, structured for the machine. Let's step past the welcome mat and go a bit deeper. This is where things get heavily technical, but it's so fascinating. This site injects complex code directly into its pages to explicitly categorize the content using schema.org vocabulary. If you don't know schema, just think of it as a universal dictionary that all search engines and AI models agree on. It's basically a digital name tag. Step 1, he uses person markup to define exactly who he is, his nationality, his job title. Step 2, he curated 50 specific quotes and wrapped them in quotation schema. He's not just typing out, "I said this." He's using the exact machine code that tells an AI, "Hey, this is a highly verifiable quote." Step 3, every single embedded video gets video object markup, telling the AI exactly what the video is, who authored it, and when. To really grasp the immense scale of this optimization, just pause for a second and look at this number. 1,801. That's how many indexed videos Jim Carroll has registered in a dedicated Google format video sitemap. Google's AI systems absolutely devour properly indexed video content. By structuring 1,801 videos and spoon-feeding them to the bot, all under the exact same named expert, he creates this overwhelming, almost unignorable authority signal. And he's aggressively preparing for the future too, specifically the future of AI agents. Those are the bots that will soon browse the web on your behalf. His site utilizes WebMCP protocols. It's basically like handing the AI a custom remote control to his website. An AI agent doesn't even need to read the text on the screen. It can literally use this remote to call API-like tools to get bio, get topics, or get booking. The website speaks the native language of AI agents directly, letting them pull exactly what they need instantly. Let's zoom out a bit from his personal site for section 5, building entity authority. See, you can't just declare yourself an expert on your own website and expect the AI to buy it. The broader web has to validate your identity. To an AI, Jim Carroll isn't just a person. He's a digital entity, and these off-site pillars are what build that entity's credibility. First up, a Wikipedia article. Wikipedia is the single most important source of training data for large language models, baking his identity right into their foundational understanding. Second is Wikidata Entity Q10886524. This is the machine-readable companion to Wikipedia, the ultimate digital passport, proving he is who he says he is across the internet. Finally, a verified Google business profile, locking him in as a recognized professional entity locally. Which brings us to the climax of our teardown, Section 6, the cumulative effect. Let's put all these gears and cogs together. Let's actually walk through the journey an AI system takes here. Think of it almost like a digital detective verifying a story. Step 1, the AI reads its foundational training data from Wikipedia and spots the name. Step 2, it cross-references that name with the structured Wikidata passport to make sure it's a real entity. Step 3, the AI crawler arrives at jimcarroll.com, steps on that LMS TXT welcome mat, and grabs a perfectly structured plain text biography. Finally, step 4, the AI validates all those plain text facts against the deeply injected schema markup and the verified Google business profile. Every single piece of evidence the detective finds points to the exact same conclusion. It's an airtight, closed-loop system of proof. And this is exactly why this matters for you. If your digital presence is scattered, just a bunch of disconnected puzzle pieces, unoptimized HTML, zero structured signals, the AI is going to have incredibly low confidence. It will not stick its neck out to recommend you, meaning you get completely omitted from generative answers. But when you build entity authority, when you create an indisputable pyramid of proof, and the AI encounters consistent, machine-readable facts across multiple trusted sources, boom, it builds a high-confidence profile. And that confidence translates directly into a guaranteed citation. Ask the AI to name a top futurist, and it definitively answers Jim Carroll. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a really important, provocative question to think about. When the bots inevitably come crawling, is your digital footprint written just for human eyes, or is it truly structured for the machine? Understanding that difference and actually taking action on it is the key to surviving and thriving in the era of generative engine optimization. Thanks so much for diving into this with me. Go check your plain text footprint, and I'll see you next time.